have a lot of people from around the nation who have come here, from Cali, from Arizona, from New York, and also from St. Louis.
So Black Lives Matters is a program where they organized 500 African American young adults from all over the country to come to Ferguson to support Mike Brown's family in the community.
We're here today to make sure that the people of Kirkwood know about the county prosecutor that's been assigned to the case of Mike Brown.
Bob McCulloch is the county prosecutor who has a long history of not actually prosecuting cases against police brutality, particularly against African Americans. Bob McCulloch has said he won't step aside unless Governor Nixon tells him to, so we're pressuring Governor Nixon through kind of putting some heat on Bob McCulloch too.
We're not soliciting, we're not asking for money, we're educating people. This is totally a legal thing to do.
Bob McCulloch's up for re-election in November, and we could split up in kind of groups of 10 for each quadrant here, and mix local folks and Black Lives Matter folks.
I am sharper than a razor, eyes made of lasers, bolder than the truth. They want me locked up in the system, 'cause I'm on a mission, blame it on my youth.
We are at County Prosecutor McCulloch's house right now. Unfortunately, he's not home, but we've left several heartfelt letters to tell him that we would really appreciate if he would allow us to appoint a special prosecutor to Mike Brown's case. The people of Ferguson have lost faith in the county being able to prosecute this fairly, and it's imperative that he listen to that. They have asked him to recuse himself from the case, and I think that's the ethical thing to do, that's the empathetic thing to do, and that's the right thing to do to move forward towards healing in this community.
How you doing? What's going on here?
My name is Tarah.
Yeah.
I'm from Houston, Texas.
All right.
And we're in the neighborhood today to
For
ask,
what? For what reason?
To ask Bob McCulloch's neighbors if he would please help us ask the governor to ask him to step down from Michael Brown's case.
People around here, you know.
It's a private street, there's children, and they shouldn't come to the street. You know, right now?
No.
It's like, that's an issue with Bob, who just happens to be a neighbor, in my opinion. It's not an issue with us, me, you know, anybody else.
Do you have a problem with people when they go canvassing during election time?
Never.
The person that myself and Charles, also from Los Angeles, spoke with was a older white woman. She lived 2 houses down from Prosecutor McCulloch. It was pretty quick where she started to say, you know, I know what's going on, and seemed more than a little bit disturbed about it. And then we asked there at the end, well, if you do feel that it would be a conflict of interest for you to speak out in some way against what your neighbor is doing, perhaps you could speak to Bob about how much you do care about your city and you do care about what's happening to marginalized folks here. And instead of just talking about the weather, or maybe you talk about the time that you shared with 2 people from Los Angeles who came here specifically to ask Bob to recuse himself because we felt like his role in this case could be problematic. And she didn't answer us. So.
Black Lives Matter!
I am sharper than a switchblade, first and last of all, God made it, that's the truth.